morning, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I thought we could do a bit of a get ready with me chatty style video where we can do a bit of a catch up, a get to know me, and I did do a Q&A on my Instagram which I'll pop on screen if any of you aren't following me on there. I do usually put all my Q&As on there, so I'm going to answer a few of them on this video as well. I am going to be doing my makeup and things with you, so I'll talk about what I'm liking, what I'm not liking at the minute. But I've literally just rinsed my face and I'm going to go in first with my dewy skin cream. I love this cream so much. I actually am not obsessed with my skin at the minute. It was going really well and I was like, my skin was the best it had been, but with dew on and hormones, I'm breaking out a bit on my chin, and the area that causes me the most issue with my skin is actually around my nose. Don't know why, but I always seem to get flare-ups around there if I'm going to get it anywhere. We're actually under a little bit of time pressure today because I'm heading out to meet my sister very shortly actually. And she's about to give birth any day now and I cannot wait. Like, I'm so excited to meet him or her. We're not sure what it's going to be. She hasn't found out, so that's super exciting. But it is actually the first like baby in my side of the family. So yeah, my mum and everyone's all really excited. But yeah, that is the dewy skin cream on. I just think it gives us a really nice glow. We're gonna go in with the Rimmel Multitasker. Really like this as a bit of like a primer base sort of foundation, and I actually am going to mix it with this NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. Again, it's super light coverage, but these two together give a really like nice glowy look that just sort of evens out your skin tone, and like the red areas, it's just going to cover them bits. So yeah, just going to mix those on the back of my hand. A few questions were on my Instagram about like, do I have a boyfriend, husband, whatever, and I do. I actually am in a 7-year relationship. He's called Gareth, and yeah, we're super happy. We've got 2 cats, a dog, and this is actually our second home. We renovated both of our houses that we've had together, so a lot of the time we've been together we have been hard working doing that, but this year we did actually get the motorhome, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will have seen those videos. But we've been doing a lot of the UK this year, so yeah, it's all been like, we've been on the go quite a lot, but I feel like we needed it, and it's nice because we can take everyone with us. We literally just put everyone in the motorhome, i.e. the dog, the 2 cats, me and Gareth. We're actually planning a trip to Cornwall in September time. And we're like halfway booked now. Like, we've got half the things sorted. We've got like 3 places that we need to sort of add on because we couldn't actually find campsites when we was looking. So we're going to look into that more this week. But we're going to travel and do a few different areas because it's the first time either of us have been. But Gareth likes to surf. I like to go for a walk on the beach with Poppy whenever he's surfing. I do like to surf, but I'm a little bit impatient. So if any of you do surf, you'll know you've got to sort of wait around for the waves and things, especially where we are. We go to a place called Caton Bay and it's a bit hit and miss there. So I end up just getting bored, and if it's quite cold, I end up getting cold and impatient and I just get out. So I like to go and watch him. So me and Poppy, like I say, will walk up and down the beach as he's surfing. I'll get a few videos and things. But yeah, so that is my base. Next, I'm going to go in with a bit of concealer because we are tired today. This weekend was super busy. I had a wedding, a 60th birthday. We went to the races. We was out all day in the rain. And yeah, I just feel like I was out basically all weekend and I need to catch up on sleep. So this is the Merit Concealer, and I actually really like the coverage of this one. I'm not sure what this one's called. This one's in the colour Sandstone. I will try and link all the products that I'm using in the description box as well, so if you want to check that out, if you want any of these products, I'm just going to go under my eye with this concealer, and I'm going to be super generous because, like I say, we are tired. Around my nose. Do you know what the worst thing is about like when your skin's breaking out? I like putting makeup on because you just want to cover it up and you don't want to feel like spotty or dry or whatever. But I always find when your skin is breaking out, that's when it like makeup sticks to it a little bit funny and it sort of looks not smooth in makeup, but also you're not really meant to wear makeup when you're breaking out. You just want to let the spots breathe and things. So it's a bit of a lose-lose situation. But because we are actually doing something today, I thought we're going to put some on. Just going to go in. In fact, actually at the weekend, I did use my little eyeshadow brush. I don't use this as eyeshadow very often, but I did use this just to sort of blend in the concealer, and I thought that worked really well, especially around those dry areas. And then I will go over with my beauty blender under my eyes. So I'm just going to do this. I need to concentrate for this bit, so I may be a little bit quiet. So I think that's all basically blended in. I'm just going to go in now with my Refi Cream Bronzer. This is in Onyx. I think that's how you say it. Love, love, love this. I'm going to use my Merit sort of bronzing brush. These two together, a dream, and you only need the tiniest amount. But another question I got was biggest fear, like what my biggest fear is. Do you know, I actually don't fully know this because I feel like I've not really been tested by a fear for such a long time. If you asked me when I was younger, I probably would have said like spiders and the typical them sort of things, like the dark and whatever, but I'm not really scared of the dark now. Don't really mind spiders either, like I can sort of be in the same room as them. If they're on me, maybe it'd be a bit different if I didn't really know where they were. But I don't fully know. Maybe if I'm like, when Gareth's on nights, I sometimes freak out a little bit if I'm on my own in the house and I hear a noise, but I don't think I really have any big fears. I'll have to come back on that one. I'm not too sure. I'm not actually quite, like I'm not really a scared person, I don't think. Someone that knows me might actually say different. But yeah, off the top of my head, biggest fear? I don't know. What I'm most passionate about? I actually think this might be a really cliche answer, but like my family and pets maybe, like I love and could sort of be around and talk about my family and pets all day long. Animals, love animals, super passionate about those. I'd actually have really liked to have gone into like an animal style job. When I was younger, I did actually want to be a marine biologist for the longest time. Like I actually studied like triple science and did like biology and things at school for that reason. But then when I actually went into college, I all of a sudden really randomly decided I wanted to be a dental nurse. So I got a dental nurse apprenticeship and I'm pleased that I did it. I was a dental nurse for 6 years and it was a good job. However, I don't do it anymore. And obviously because I did my apprenticeship, I actually don't have any really qualifications. Like I've obviously got my GCSEs and my dental nursing qualification, but if I actually wanted to go into anything else, I'd have to go through college and everything again. I could do like night school or something, but touch wood, I won't really need to do that. I'm loving what I'm doing at the minute and it has been showing growth, which is so motivating. I can't thank you guys enough for that. So fingers crossed this will all turn into something, and yeah, I'm really, what's that word where you like think something into play? Manifesting. I'm really manifesting good things with all this content creating this year. In fact, when I created my mood board this year, I actually put that I'd get 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And when I put that, I remember it being such a like far off dream, and it was sort of one of them that I was thinking it's probably not going to happen, but I think this is what I'm aiming for. And then in April time, my channel got like 15,000 subscribers extra or something like this in quite a short space of time. So like I then was thinking this actually could happen. Like I feel like I was stuck around the like 9,000 subscriber mark for quite a while. So then when I got that growth in April time, it really did boost my motivation and made me want to create more content and get more out there. And I actually have got quite a exciting collaboration coming in the next couple of weeks with a dresses brand, and they honestly do the most beautiful dresses that I can't wait to show you. But again, that was a collaboration that I didn't really think would ever come, and we're here. So I'm still manifesting 50,000. I mean, we are still quite a way off. We're probably halfway, and it is just over halfway through the year. So fingers crossed we can reach it. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with where we are at the minute with that. I also got asked like what book I'm reading at the minute, because last year my New Year's resolution was to read more, because I don't think I ever really read a book. I was just not really a reader, but it was something I just really wanted to get into, and I read so many books last year and just fell in love with reading. I actually became a little bit obsessive with it. But I found that I like Tessa Bailey style books, Katie Ford style books, and a series that I watched, which actually has come out again, was the summer that I turned pretty, and My Life with the Walter Boys. There is another one as well. And I'm reading My Life with the Walter Boys at the minute, I think that's what it's called. And I'm really liking it. So I watched it first and now I'm reading it. And I do like doing it that way around, because last time I actually read the book before watching the film. When it ends with us or it starts with us, one of those, I actually read first and then watched the film. And I ended up being disappointed with the film. But I don't know if it's because I pictured the characters different. Whereas I think once you've watched the thing to start with, you then picture those characters, and I actually pictured the place and everything that was in the film. So I did like doing it that way, if I'm being honest. I'm just going in with my, I never know how to say this. It's like M7, but it's Annecy 7. This is what it looks like. Sorry, that's actually a timer, and this is going to sound super nerdy right now. For a game, me and Gareth are both playing Roblox at the minute, which is like so far from any game that I would play. But because we're playing it together, I actually am really liking it. Oh, I also got asked a lot of like, am I going to get married? Do I want to get married? And the answer to that is yes, I do want to get married. I'm not in any rush to get married. Like I said, me and Gareth have been together for 7 years, and both of us are pretty happy where we are at the minute. I'd like to start thinking about a family in the next few years. I'm 26. I always forget my age. Does anyone else, when you pass like 21, I just always want to say that I'm 18, and I don't know why. Like I just sort of yeah, I have to really think about how old I am. But yeah, I'm 26, he's 32. So we are getting on, but yeah, we're pretty happy with where life is at the minute. My brother is actually getting married next year in France, I believe. He hasn't actually fully decided on the place he's getting married, but I think the country is going to be France. My sister got married last year in Spain. So yeah, it's been sort of all go with weddings and things in our families. My friends are getting married this year, or a few of them. I went to a wedding obviously at the weekend for one of my friends. And I mean, that was absolutely gorgeous. I love weddings, love going to them, love seeing like the bride's dress and everything. But me personally, I actually used to want like a big wedding, whereas now I think I just want a pretty small wedding. My sister had to have a like registry office wedding in the UK before she got married in Spain. And she invited like all just family, no friends. And that was like the perfect day. The weather was gorgeous, which helped, because obviously that's a bit hit and miss in the UK, but the whole day was just so nice. So we had like the registry office bit, and then we all went out for a meal. And yeah, it was just so lovely, really chill. And I think I want to do something similar to that, but I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. When I actually get engaged, maybe I'll think different and want a big wedding, who knows. One thing that I don't want to like compromise on though, is a wedding dress. Like I do want like a proper wedding dress. And I think my style would be slinky, but you don't know until you try them on. When we went wedding dress shopping with my sister, I think I pictured her in something different to what she wore. So, yeah, I don't think I'm not opposed to any sort of style, basically. I'm just excited for the whole like run up and going to try them on, finding the perfect dress and everything. So, yeah, I think that's just more of a girl thing though. But I think that's my makeup done. I'm gonna add a bit of gloss at the end once I've I'm gonna add a bit of gloss at the end once I've done my hair and things. But makeup wise, oh, I missed that big spot. Got a spot on my forehead and I didn't conceal it, but I think it's maybe a little bit light now. Maybe we'll wear our hair down. In fact, I don't hate that. Maybe I'll just air wrap it. I was planning on like slicking it back just because I've just been doing that recently. I just think it's so easy, and you know that throughout the day it's just gonna stay there, whereas when your hair's down, it'll look like rat's tails in like 5 minutes. So yeah, that's fun. I've decided I'm just gonna do a bit of a slick back just because it's quick and easy, and like I say, we're in a little bit of a rush. So I'm just gonna put my Olaplex number 6 Bond Smoother leave-in styling treatment onto the roots, just sort of like where I want my like them little frizzy bits to sort of stay in. So it's not gonna like proper look greasy, but it is gonna sort of keep it in place. But I'm not sure if you guys that's watched my channel for a while will know, my 2 cats were actually indoor cats. They're both Siamese, and they recently, we've started letting them out just a little bit more. They don't wander too far. They was allowed in the garden we'd cat-proofed it. However, they started scenting a little bit at the door, and obviously being 5 years old, like that was really unnormal for them. Like they've never done it before. I don't really know what caused it, but since we've been letting them out, it was a big decision. It did make me very nervous, and still now I get a little bit nervous about it, but I do think it was actually the best decision. I just think they're much happier, they're much more stimulated, and I do find that they're a bit more loving as well now. So yeah, big decision, one we didn't take lightly, but I am sort of pleased that we have. And we also don't really let them out at night. We was, however, I think Mowgli was a little bit like starting fights. Like he would be the one that came home with like little cuts and things on him. So we sort of banned them from going out at night, which I thought would cause an issue with them obviously being nocturnal and having the sort of sense of going out now. But they've actually been really well behaved. So yeah, if you are starting to think about it, I would actually sort of recommend it. We're not massively near a busy road, so I think I'd be more nervous if I was. But yeah, that's just a little life update. With us going to Cornwall in a couple of months, has anybody got any recommendations? Do you know Cornwall quite well? Any food places? Just anywhere that you would definitely recommend us going and seeing? Because it is like a 6-hour journey for us. But we want to make it the best we can. So yeah, if you've got any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. And that's on anything really. We're pretty easygoing. We like doing walks, obviously with Poppy. It is going to be a little bit warm though, so if there's any like swimming areas, any lakes, or obviously we want to see waterfalls and things, yeah, just let us know. Right, so I've done my little 2 slick back ponytails. I'm not too bothered that they're not fully smooth, but going with it. I'm just going to grab these 2. This is like my go-to hairstyle at the minute. I just find it so easy, quick, and I actually like a slick back. However, does anybody else's boyfriend think a slick back is chavvy? For some reason, Gareth has just got it in his head that a slick back is like a chavvy hairstyle, and I can sort of see it. However, I find it super aesthetic and like classy, so I don't know why we have such different views on it. Is that like just the male opinion, or is it just Gareth? So basically we've just knotted it and we're going to tie it again. If I can. Hang on, let's start this again. We're all tangled up. So I'm going to tie it at the bottom. What is going on? Why am I getting so tangled today? Right, so tied. Tied again. Up and over. Tie it again. And then just sort of the bits that are sticking out. I actually don't mind the bits that are sticking out because I think it makes it look better and a bit more messy. Just going to basically put my hand over, tie the bobble around there, and then pull out any sort of loose bits. I'm not sure if that is how it usually goes. Hoping it's gone okay. Because, let me look at the time. Oh, don't think I like that bit. Let me tuck that in the bobble. Okay, that's better. Okay, it is 11:20. I have to go because I'm meeting her at 11:30, and it takes about 15 minutes. So I may have to just ring and say I'm going to be 5 minutes late. But I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any more questions, I am going to do these videos a little bit more often. So please pop them in the comment section down below as well. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you next video.